everybody, welcome to Group Underworld. Here we are in another segment of the artists from the underworld. Here we are with Alison Lord, more known in Instagram as Furby Exotic. Wow. Hello, Alison.
Hi.
And she is with our friend, which is the name of our friend that is with us?
Percival.
Awesome. What it looks incredible.
Wow.
Wow. Okay, we got more friends on the meeting. That's awesome. Incredible. Well, first of all, as the first question, how does everything begin of the Furby Exotic? You know, which was the start of this incredible, wonderful, and terrific project that you have made, that you have several fans all over the world, because here in Mexico, every person that loves Furbies knows you. So
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
You're a celebrity.
This is the one that started it all. This is Joe, and it was
Awesome.
lockdown, and I had a Furby. We were watching Tiger King, so I made a Furby Joe Exotic for fun, and I would get up in the morning and sit him at the computer with a cup of coffee, or I'd put him in the garden to chill. And it started off with me just making an account for him, and then people actually started to follow me, which I was really surprised about. And then before I knew it, I had lots of followers, and everybody wanted me to make Furbies for them.
Awesome.
So he's a real Furby as well. He's a genuine Furby.
Yeah, I see that.
Has got a 3D printed face.
Wow. Okay. That's awesome. So some of the Furbies got a Furby inside, a real Furby, or some of them do not, like, do you put the eyes and the mouth, or do you use like that one that there is a Furby inside? And
yeah, it depends. I mean, sometimes people do ask me to do real Furbies, and sometimes working ones, which is a bit difficult because it's all stuck together.
okay.
But generally, what I do is the 3D. We've got a 3D printer just behind me there, and we make the faces. Well, I make the faces. I paint them, and put them on and create these Furbies. But
Wow.
sometimes I used to only use real Furbies before I realized I could 3D print them.
Okay.
Quite expensive to do that, to be honest.
Yeah, I imagine. Oh my God, but it's incredible. Also, and what was, I mean, you decided to make Furbies, well, these creations with Furbies. What was that decision by? You say Furbies, no critters, no gremlins, Furbies.
Yeah, no, I saw them. Somebody online had made a big one with little legs, and I thought, oh, one day I'd like to do that when I've got time. And then I had lots of time, so it was the right point to do it. But I just thought this is so unusual and weird, and I just love the idea of a Furby but longer. and it's just so nonsensical and ridiculous, and it's got no real purpose apart from it's there and it's a Furby.
That's wonderful.
I love the absurdity of it all. I love absurdity.
Yeah, that's incredible. And also, what is like your process, like your creativity process? I mean, I don't know, you're sitting right now and something comes to your mind. Like, I don't know, we have seen on your Instagram, people that are watching this, go and follow Furby Exotic right now and watch that stuff that is incredible. But there is a lot of things. There is human Furbies, baby Furbies, like spider Furbies. So
Yeah.
what's the process of the creativity process of that? I mean, what is like, you know, that thing that comes to your mind when that you want to create something with that Furby? I don't know, what was like thinking I want to make like this human now, this spider. What is like that? Yeah.
I see things. Sometimes I see things like I'm in the shops and I see
Mhm.
baby dolls dressed as a pilot, and I think, why not do that? It'll look great. And sometimes I'll be online and I'll see, because I made the ones with the hands, and then I thought, why not make feet? So it just kind of joined up from there. And then why not make the whole body? And sometimes it's what my grandma used to call a happy accident. So
okay,
if I'm printing faceplates and they don't work properly, I'll do something weird with them. And that's where the spiders came from. It was a faceplate that failed, and I just thought I'll put teeth on it. And then one point I made wide Furbies because my printer completely failed and made these huge long faces that went the wrong way. So sometimes it's just like, well, I've got a failure, but let's make something fun out of it. And other times I think, oh, that's interesting, I'll Furbify it.
Yeah. I mean, that word is incredible. The one that your grandma says, the happy accidents. I
Yeah.
mean, most of like we can talk about, I don't know, the monster of Frankenstein, like
Mm.
that was like, well, the book and the movie is really sad because it was like a sad accident for Victor, but for all the public, it's like a happy accident because we love like the monster and then he has feelings, stuff like that. So I always try to think about it when I see this creation, just like the Furbies. It's like, I mean, these are wonderful creations. Now, if someone watch it and says this was like a happy accident, it's like incredible. That's miraculous, right? Yeah,
Sometimes as well, a customer will say, make me something long and orange with hands, and then it will materialize in my brain about how it should look.
sure.
And sometimes I have open customs and people can say, send me a sentence, so I want something green and goblin core, or I want something that's very girly, very pink, and I'll just roll with it really. And yeah, so sometimes people say, if we do anything you like, and that's a bad idea.
Yeah.
It's a brilliant idea. Tell me you want me to make anything you like and anything I like, and I'll just do it. And yeah, that's where sometimes it just happens like pop.
Ah, that's incredible. That's like magic. Also, I think what do you think about the reactions about the people that I mean, I watch that they always try to acquire or to buy some of your creations. What was like that reaction? How did you feel about that? Everybody, not just in UK, but in other countries, they are like fans
Yeah,
of your work and they want something in their houses, about your creations. I mean, that's something I don't know, that will be like a dream, to
yeah.
create something that you love and that the other persons love it and want it. It's like incredible. What does it
Yeah.
feel?
Well, I've been making things since I was really small, and my grandma, my mom, they taught me how to knit, how to crochet, how to sew. I've always just created, and I went to art college, and everybody told me my work was horrible. My art teachers at school thought my work was horrible. My college tutors, university, they're like, your work is ridiculous. No one's ever going to want to buy it. So I thought I'll be an art teacher, and that's what I did for a really long time. And suddenly now people want my work. I'm just like, it's everything I've ever wanted in my entire life happening to me now, and I'm not young. I think never give up on your dreams is a really important message there, because I've got it now. I'm an artist and I sell my work all around the world, and I work with amazing people, and some famous people follow me, and that's just like it's incredible. And to think anyone would actually want one of these in their house, I don't actually know what they do with them. But I'm just so thrilled every time I send a parcel to a new customer or an existing customer. I've got some people who buy loads of stuff from me. And it's just the biggest thrill ever. I mean, it's not about the money, because I just love making stuff.
That's incredible. Yeah, I think. Well, sometimes I think I am a screenwriter and I love a lot of stuff to write and make. I am also with a lot of creativity, and I don't. And when we do that stuff, we don't do it in the moment by the money. We're like more like we want to. I don't know, like there is a member in Group Underworld that says like you need to open your head and you want to put the brain in the table, about all the incredible stuff that you want to do, to tell. And that is the incredible thing apart. Like it's kind of you express yourself. And every kind of stuff that you make has like an essence of the creator. And it's like your footprint of something that maybe it's what makes you it's that makes you the only person that thinks like that way and has that expression. It's incredible. It's something that I think it's great. Yeah.
With my babies.
Yeah, they're your baby. That's right. Also, I got a question. This is mostly like, I don't know. I think they're like new Furbies. I don't know if you have watched the new Furbies, the ones that are like really extremely cute, like the new ones. I think they were out in 2023. I don't know, the ones
I
that
have one, yeah.
yeah. What do you think about them? Because I mean, it's really different about the style of Furby that we have watched since the final of the 80s, 90s, and I don't know. I think it's really different about what you have done, right? I don't know
Mm.
what the hell Mattel, no, Hasbro is. I don't know what the hell Hasbro has in their mind that they haven't sent you a message and told you, hey, Furby Exotic, work with us because that
I would
will be
love
incredible.
that. Yeah,
They will be
yeah,
rich if they do that. But what do you think about the new Furbies? Did you like it? Did you not? What do you think?
yeah. Oh, I don't know, because I mean, the Furby subculture is something I found by accident on Instagram when I made my first one, and I I just like them as an iconic piece of design, and I liked the fact that you could customize it. I love things you can customize and things you can make in your own style. And I dabbled in doll customization for a while, but I wasn't. I mean, I say I wasn't very good at it, but I did this kind of thing with them. So people in the doll community aren't really into that. So I love the kind of the iconic look of the original Furby, but then I found that there was Furby Booms, and then there were the other ones, the ones with the rubber beaks, what they're called. But the new ones, they're super cutesy, and they're really kind of, I don't know, I mean, they're nice as an object, and they are. A lot of people didn't like them, and they are kind of. I don't want to say bad things about them, because I don't dislike them at all. I think they've got. I think it's a nice to see an evolution and a change in a design, and I wouldn't want everything to look the same forever. And they've got some nice features. The little light show's very appealing.
Is that
Um,
it's interesting, right? I mean, I don't know. In the 80s we got these animatronics like in the whole movies, and I don't know, we got like dinosaurs, the one of Jim Henson. We got like I don't know, the Dark Crystal, Labyrinth, all that kind of stuff of Jim Henson. And right now you put that to a kid or a teenage and they will say, what are you watching, what is that? And they're like not scared, but like they feel something like, wow, this is so different. And that's something that makes different the 80s and the 90s, well, beginning of the 90s, because there is the digital like effects. But the thing is that I don't know if this is something like happened with Furby. The Furbies, like, I don't know, the originals look real, like they look real. They look like the one that you have behind you, they got like soul, they feel like alive and stuff like that, you know? And they're like, ah, yeah.
I don't have.
Awesome. Yeah.
I have this is my baby, my Furby baby. I don't have any of the original full size ones at the moment that work. I think he works. He was in a music video as well recently.
Incredible.
And I just think there's more going on with them, and they're more interesting, and they're more surprising than the new ones.
That's
Because
right.
the new one, you've got a book and it's got like, here's 4 things your Furby does. And this one, you're like, well, what the heck's it going to do next? You know? And
Yeah.
ones that can learn, you've got ones that you can change the mood. The booms are great for that. You know that. Have you experienced with the booms? You can actually turn them upside down and pull their tails, and you can change their personalities. And I really like those, and they're very different to the original. So
Yeah.
think I don't think it's much of an evolution, the new ones. I think it just seems a little bit stale, I guess, that it's
That's
not as
right.
interactive and it's not as mysterious, I suppose. And I
That's
think this is
yeah.
this is mysterious because what the heck is it supposed to be, you know?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's kind of an owl, it's kind of not an owl, it's got these ears and it's got these little feet, and you know, and there's so many different designs, but with these new ones, they just don't thrill me. They're cute, but I don't think.
Yeah. But that word was incredible. I think the mysterious, you know,
Mm,
for the mysterious, I say the magic also, you know. I don't know what the Furbies got, the original ones. Maybe even the 2010. I don't know if you have watched the 2010, but even those have like this magic that they feel real. They feel like, I don't know. It's difficult to say it, but I think the word mysterious will be the right word, you know?
I think you're not quite sure what, because they learn as well, and I don't feel like the new ones do
Yeah.
that. They're just there and they do some cute things and they look all right. But the other ones, I mean, I think you can project onto the Furby and it's blank canvas, so a lot of people say, "Oh, they're evil," but some people are super cute. But I think that's the thing with it. The joy with it is that it's so you make it in your own image, and you can dress it up if you want to, and people colour the fur, and I just feel that there's more going on there, and I think with the other one, it kind of hands it to you. Go, here's a cute thing that lights up, and it will talk back to you, but it doesn't seem to do a lot else. I could
That's
be
true.
wrong. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I feel exactly the same way. But yeah, Hasbro, if you're watching this, or if somebody in the public knows someone of Hasbro, here you have here you have your goal. Okay, here you have the next incredible stuff that Hasbro can make that will be different in the Furby universe. So don't waste your time, Hasbro.
Yeah, let's do that. Arms and
Yeah.
legs. That's the arms and legs.
Yeah. I mean, is that with your work, I think it would have like the Furby universe, like a lot of designs for different kind of products that will came about the months and the years, and that's incredible. I mean, because I don't know, for me, it's that when you are like making these different creations, you are like evolving the Furbies, you know, evolving the creation, and that's something that I feel is incredible. And that's sometimes the toy makers like Hasbro, Mattel, stuff like that. They reach for that change. They reach for that new stuff. And I don't know what happens sometimes that they don't found it, but I think they have it in creators like you. That's like an inspiration, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, there's lots of really good creators out there, and we like to support each other. So we buy each other's work, things like that. And I've got work by a few Furby artists, and like you've got your snail. There's some beautiful things going on that are really um could really reach people on another
Yeah.
level.
Yeah, that's true. No, that's incredible. Also, I got another question. Well, there are Furbies. You have made like these Furby creations, more like in the horror aspect, like the spider one. Okay, the spider one, and they got like this kind of eyes, like these gothic eyes, like this. I don't know, a little bit more demonic, like these eyes, like a little bit more scary, the spider and stuff like that. Did you get any inspiration with those ones? I mean, in the horror aspect of movies or in books, stuff like that, because I mean, they look incredible, and they also look for an awesome movie. I watch them and I say, wow, this will be an incredible movie, you know. So I don't know if you got like some inspiration for those ones, the ones that are a little bit more dark.
Yeah, I like the dark ones more. And I used to get lots of requests for gothic ones and horror ones and things that had teeth and were bleeding and stuff like that. And I love doing that. So the spider, I mean, I did these eyes, which were kind of red swirly with a white pupil and loads of resin to make them really shiny. And they came from another design I did a while ago that a customer said, I dreamed of this creature with red eyes and white pupils. And I thought that's a great idea. So I'm going to work on that. So it's got these starry pupils. And then when the spiders kind of evolved, I kind of thought about, how long the legs are going to be. Obviously, you're going to have 8 legs, but what's the texture going to be like, and what materials are you going to use? So I liked. I'm sure you've seen Critters.
Okay.
I love 80s horror. Um, because everything was like stop motion then as well, and I teach stop motion, so I'm really keen on that.
Awesome. Yeah.
And the idea of things, and like the thing where everything's kind of made. I made a thing Furby once as well, with the kind of things coming out of the head, and yeah, and that was a really weird one. But quite often I'll just do something horrific for fun, and it'll sell almost immediately.
Yeah.
You know, go, I'm having that.
Yeah.
But it seems to be the most outrageous and bizarre things I make go faster. And then they don't go at all, and some of them sit in my living room for absolutely ages until somebody buys them. I've got one with brains coming out of the top of its head, and that one's still in my shop if you want to buy it.
Awesome. Yeah, I need one. Yeah.
But I like horror influences. I like nature influences. I like doing animal ones. They're fun. Done quite a lot with antlers. I did one with flowers all down the front of it, and it took me about 15 hours to sew the flowers on.
15 hours. Wow.
And my fingers were so sore as well, because it wasn't just sewing them, it was pushing it through plastic and fabric and all the layers. And
Wow.
it did look great, but I'm never making another one like that.
Yeah, no, I imagine. Wow, but that's such hard working. I mean, I imagine that it was a lot of hard working because wow, I used to make puppets because I study puppet maker with Stan Winston. But the thing is that sewing and all that kind of stuff, it's really for me it's I think it's a therapy also. I love it. I think it's really entertaining, but for several hours, and then I imagine with all the materials that you use, it's really I mean it gets a lot of hours, and now that you tell me that 15 hours, wow, that's incredible, but that's such hard working. I mean, wow. But also, the other thing that I think it's incredible to ask you, because you told me that you are a teacher, an art teacher, right?
Yeah.
What with your students, did you show your creations? Did you use examples with your creations? I don't know how do you make this relation? I mean, with you being as an artist and also as a teacher, I think that will be interesting to know.
It's really important that my students know that they can be artists and that art is accessible, and it's not something that's just done by rich people in galleries.
Yeah.
And I think over the last few years, with the way Instagram's grown, one of my students currently sells her work online, and she's only 15. And anybody can set up an Instagram account, make art, reach people, and not necessarily the fact that you monetize it is the main thing. The fact that you're reaching people, that's what art's all about. And I tell them that because I want them to know that they're good enough, because I was always told I wasn't and that I couldn't. And my school life wasn't particularly great, so I kind of went into teaching so I could make other people's lives in school better. So I show them my work and I talk about what I do, and I said there's no reason why you can't do this as well. I did do a Furby club at school for a while, but it was a bit hectic, and I ended up doing most of the work, and I forget how specialized what I do is. So I teach graphic design and art, and we do Photoshop, we do animation, we do traditional art stuff too. But it's not. It's an important part of my teaching because I'm an artist and I'm a working artist, and I want everyone to be able to feel that they can produce art.
Yeah.
Because when I started teaching art, I would give kids a piece of paper and say, draw this, and they'd say, I can't draw. And I think anyone can draw, but not everybody wants to draw.
Okay.
So if you don't want to draw, do you want to use Photoshop? Do you want to make a model? Do you want to take a picture? Do you want to draw a pot? What else do you want to do that's creative, that you can have your creativity through? You don't have to be able to draw to be an artist. Some of my best students have. I think they can draw, they just don't want to, but some of my best students have not used traditional methods.
Okay. I think wow, it must be really inspirational to have you as a teacher, of an art teacher, yeah. Because I mean, sometimes that are the limits, right? Like you said, sometimes the people like, I don't know, drawing, maybe I am not for this, or I don't know, it's kind of frustrating sometimes when you're starting, right? In the art aspect, in every kind of segment, you know, like writing a book, being on the cinema, in the arts, in modeling, in everything. I think there is like a frustration sometimes that what I mean, it's such practice, and you need firstly to experiment, to learn. And sometimes when you are experimenting, if things don't go the way that you think it will be, you get frustrated, right? Like maybe I'm not for this, or maybe I'm not an artist, or who will be interested in this, right? I mean, that's difficult, but I think it's incredible what you are saying, because yeah, every human being has their tools for making this real, you know. So yeah, I mean that's wonderful. Also, well, what you just said is, I mean, is for the last question, obviously, that I will make. That is about just that philosophy, and what advice could you give to the people? But let me tell you a little bit about artists from underworld in this interview that here we are right now. It is to show the people that they could make real their creations about horror aspect, monsters, creatures, stuff like that. And I mean, when we watch your Furbies, that's like an inspiration, because you are making it real. The creatures are real, like you say, they are your babies, right? So that's incredible. So we want just to show with artists from the underworld, such as you, that this can be real, that you can live from making creatures, from making monsters, from making horror, from making fantastic stuff. Could you give another advice also with your philosophy of life, or philosophy of Furby exotic? What would you give to the people that want to create just modeling, or create monsters, such as the Furbies that you have made, or stuff similar? Because I think we need more people that want to create creatures, monsters, and also that they believe in their work. You know, like I think that would be incredible to hear it from you, being creating such amazing things. So yeah.
Thank you. I think what's really important if you're making stuff is to be ready to try lots of different materials and techniques, and be ready to experiment. I use epoxy clays. I think people use polymer clays, cook in the oven, 3D printer, of course, traditional stuff, paint, sculpting, making things out of clay. I think being really free with materials is the most important thing to me in my work, that I will be flexible with a brief that somebody gives me, or with an idea that I have, that like I say, when I'm in the shop, I see an object, I'll make that into a creature. I think you need to keep your eyes open to everything around you and think, what would make a good creature? If you are, just walking in the woods and find interesting sticks, I don't know. But you need to be ready to make a lot of mistakes. You need to be ready to have a lot of stuff in your house that's just piling up in bags everywhere. Be ready to get mucky. Be ready to cut your fingers multiple times a day. Not be too bothered if the first thing doesn't work properly. Just go in it with wild and mad abandon, with as many different materials as you can find. It's like throw everything you can at the canvas and see what sticks, really. And eventually you'll find your happy place and the materials that work for you. Because I've got things that I buy all the time now. I've got suppliers that send me stuff. I've got people who I buy spines from a place in Coventry, and I buy them by about 50 meters of spine. But I had to find out that these things worked, and I had to try stuff, and I had to make dreadful things that ended up in the bin. So don't be worried about failing. Use lots of materials, and just, you can make anything if you want to.
That's incredible. Love it. Love it. And the thing about materials, that's cool. That's right. Because yeah, you can. with the things that you think they will not fit in something, they sometimes are the thing that helps you creating that stuff. I mean,
Yeah, do you remember happy accidents is definitely something you should live by, because virtually everything I've made that's been successful has been a happy accident.
That's awesome. Yeah, the happy accidents, love it. I think that is the philosophy. That's the word that I will get from this interview for my life, and also I expect that many people hearing that are watching this get that words in your heart, in your brain, in your soul, and in the inspiration to create more stuff. So it's incredible. Thank you very much for the exotic, Alison. People follow her in Instagram. Buy more Furbies, more creatures Furbies. These are awesome. You need one on your. You need a new family member. So yeah. Thank you very much for being the new artist from Underworld of this week.
Thank you. It's been lovely to talk to you.
Yeah. Well, people, have a nice day. I hope you are enjoying. And remember, Group Underworld, we are making more stuff. Bye-bye. See you, and follow Furby Exotic and Hasbro. Listen to me. Here is your opportunity of gold. Bye.